I've dealt with like 2 lottery winners over my 27-year career. The vast majority of people are self-made. So I wouldn't say any better or worse, just maybe a different view of it. So we've got 2 families that I can think of who are on the 4th generation as clients. So, great granddad was a client, now passed away. Grandparents, still clients, parents, and now I've got sort of 25-year-old kids. We're a 50-year-old company, so, that kind of consistency has helped. So it's interesting to see different behaviors, different views of the different generations. The grandparents think that the grandchildren don't work hard enough. Right.
I think that's pretty universal.
I know, it's just nonsense.
Back in my day.
It's reductionist thinking. I don't like it. And I will challenge them on it if it comes to it. They don't want to give them too much in case they have it too easy. It's like, actually, it's really hard to be a 25-year-old at the minute, right?
They inherit some money as well by the sounds of it.
Exactly right.
Okay. It's a great granddad, the one that's got the claim and say, I work the hardest.
Particularly if they're farmers, it's like, did the 150 acres just, magic out of nowhere? No, you inherited that. You've had to work it. But so, yes, we've all had a leg up to some degree, many of us anyway. So I'd say it's just different. It's not better or worse, but it's endlessly fascinating.
How about the lottery winners? What was their psychology like coming into it? Were they buzzing or were they scared?
Minor lottery winners, I should say, £1 million in both cases. So it's still a lot of money.
It's one of them though, where I have a friend who was in a car accident and he's fine now, but it was he got hit at 80 miles an hour, driver side on in a 30. Yeah. So the guy was going 80 miles an hour in a 30, slammed into the side of him, destroyed his car and then knocked a house over.
Wow.
He was rebuilt.
I can imagine.
Yeah, he's fine now. Who knows long term, but he got a chunk of money. But it's like, he lost his business. That's why he did well. But it's enough money for people to go, wow, but it's not enough money to stop at 30 odd. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's like £1 million kind of that number. I mean, you could spend that on a house, couldn't you?
You could, yeah. So, I mean, one case I'm thinking, literally, this couple won the pools. Right? Remember when the pools was the thing?
Yeah.
Pools is? Right. So they won the pools. They won a reasonable sum on that, a couple $100,000, I think. And then 6 weeks later, I kid you not, they won a scratch card for £1 million.
Why are they still playing gambling? They're going to gamble it all away.
2 months after that, he died.
No.
So, man, you think, and
it's like
these people
were song.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Isn't it ironic?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So they were state pensions only. They had nothing. They had their own home, but they were living on state pensions only. Suddenly she's a millionaire, but now her life partner's gone. Oh. So there's just so much to unpack. The money's irrelevant in the grand scheme of that sort of thing. I've seen far too many people work like dogs, retire and die within 6 months.
Don't say that.
And so I'm sitting...
This is why I encourage Damien to come on holiday with me and blow all his money.
But on you.
Yeah, on me.
Come on,
we're going back to Oktoberfest. Let's go.
I've seen it happen too often, and I've seen these widows in these fantastic houses that they've worked to build and kit out, and it's just beautiful, and they're rattling around in there. I got a lady who's got a property in Portugal. She never goes because she's got nobody to go with. And because they were just all in on each other, she didn't really have a circle of friends. And it just puts money in its place, man, And so that's why I love what I do, because I very often get to challenge that in clients. It just doesn't matter. The stuff you're talking about, Mr. and Mrs. Client, about, whether we should invest this way or whether you want to buy that extra property. It's like, for God's sake, why don't you help your kids out? Let's build most of my clients, they've got enough, right? So we spend a lot of time talking to them about giving, which was circle back to that. Because money's not that important. It's a means to an end, never an end in itself. At the point at which money becomes so important to us that it becomes all-consuming, then it's overreached, and we need to get perspective.
This is a clip from our chat with Pete Matthew, the godfather of this YouTube finance game, also Damien's dad. Pappy.
El Jefe.
Click here for the full episode.